So you want to chase storms. And you're excited to get out there and see Mother Nature when she's in a zesty mood.
That's pretty. Very pretty.
But figuring out the where and the how, well, that can be a little bit daunting. And most importantly, you want to be able to share your tales with others because you went storm chasing safely. In this video, I'll share 6 tips for getting started with storm chasing safely. My name is JP. I have been chasing storms for quite a few years, and these 6 tips that I've put together are things that I've learned along the way. And the list is not complete, but I'm just simply sharing what I've learned. Look what we got. My videos are a product of passion, not a product of profit. If you like what you see, please go ahead and hit that like button. Better yet, subscribe to the channel so you can see my future content. I'm very excited about tip number 6 in this video. I hope you stick around to the end because it had a profound effect on me. For tip number 1, if there's anything you get from this video, it's this: never follow seasoned storm chasers into the storm. Let me say that again. You're going to see a lot of storm chasers out there. Until you get experienced, do not follow other storm chasers into the storm. You can be in their neighborhood, just position yourself in a smart location. You should never follow seasoned storm chasers into the storm. So when should you chase storms? Well, if you're going out to the Great Plains or the Midwest, traditional tornado alley, you want to go sometime between May and June. The way that I have my schedule working with my 9-to-5 job is I have to pick a week to go chasing it and then just hope that that week turns out to be fruitful. The later you go in the season, the more likely you're going to be going further north. Not always, because Mother Nature has her thing, but if you're going to go chasing out in traditional tornado alley, plan somewhere between mid-April and the end of June. I do not recommend chasing in Dixie Alley. More on that later. So where should you chase? Well, if you have no idea how to forecast to follow storms or to go find storms, luckily there's plenty of information that's available for you. One of the things I do is I start watching the forecasts in key cities throughout Tornado Alley and taking a look at their forecasts, kind of following along as to what's going on for the next week or so. The cities I keep an eye on are Oklahoma City, Lubbock, Amarillo, Wichita, Omaha, Fort Collins, Colorado, and Kansas City. Forecasters always include great information in the forecast discussions. You always want to check those out. Links to the National Weather Service are in the description. The Storm Prediction Center will give you a general idea as to where storms could appear. There's a couple of websites I'd like to show you to help you out on Storm Chase Day. The Storm Prediction Center shows the outlook for convective activity over the next 8 days. Typically, the first 3 days of that period are populated, and then days 4 through 8 are only populated if the models are confident that something's going to happen. Taking a look at day 1 here, you can see that we have marginal chance of severe thunderstorms in the darker green with a slight chance in the yellow areas. Clicking on the tornado view, you can see that there is a 2% chance of tornadoes in the southern Texas area and up in Kentucky. More information on that right here. Looking ahead to day 2, you'll see that we have the same type of thing going on. And then we have day 3, which shows categorical. So marginal chance of severe thunderstorms with thunderstorms in the light gray. If we go ahead to days 4 through 8, you can see right now predictability is too low for 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Another good website is the National Weather Service's radar, which we can scroll in just a little bit, and you can see what the current radar is across the United States. Zooming into Dallas or into central Texas, you can see that there is some storm activity going on here. And then looking at the College of DuPage radar, you can see what's going on here. For more information on satellite imagery and on radar, you can take a look at a video from Convective Chronicles, and it is right up here or here, I never can remember. Another place that you want to look is the College of DuPage forecast models. And this is kind of like a cheat code. It's not super accurate, but you want to look at the HER or the HRRR. Click on that. Pick your area that you want to go. And then if we look at the supercell composite, it'll be a rough guesstimate based on the models as to where supercells might appear. And then if we were to change our sectors and look, so let's go look at the Southern Great Plains, you can see that there is supercell composite indicators down here in Southern Texas, which we saw on the radar. For more information and for links, you can check out the College of DuPage website here. You can also check out the National Weather Service radar and Storm Prediction Center information right down here as well. Plus, all of the links are down in the description.
This is why I don't chase storms after dark.
All right, I've set up shop in Elk City, Oklahoma. I'm gonna actually go to Love so that I'm closer to the interstate where it crosses with the state route that goes up and down. I got good north, south, and east and west options here. I get impatient and I start driving towards the storm, and I just need for the storms to mature, develop, and then come through here. If I see that I'm gonna miss them, then go chase them. But right now, driving all over creation, trying to catch the storm, that is a bad habit of mine, and I am not gonna do that today. So when you're out and about chasing storms, there are two things that you must have. A map or a mapping application on your phone that has downloadable maps, because cellular signal is not always 100%. And the most important thing is your eyes. Not only can you look at radar apps, which you can see we have the National Weather Service radar available freely, and I have my old beat up iPad Pro with an app called Radar Scope. There is a free tier for Radar Scope. If you take a look at this, you'll see a bunch of dots. Those dots represent storm chasers. You can go where they are, but remember, don't go following them into the storm until you feel confident with your surroundings. But the most important thing is look at the sky, look at the radar, and remember that the radar is a few minutes behind. It can be up to 10 minutes behind what's actually happening. When I'm chasing storms, I tend to look at the United States, and I prefer chasing storms on the brown side. There's a brown and a green side of the United States. The brown side is the Great Plains, where it's flat. You can see lots of sky. You can see what's coming and going. Remember, storms generally move from the southwest to the northeast, or from the west to the east, generally when you're chasing in Tornado Alley. And when you're to the left of roughly I-35, you got lots of room and lots of ways to see where the sky is going and where the storms are moving. There's also a decent amount of road network out there so that you can get around. When you get east of I-35, things get a little more wooded, a little more hilly. I don't like chasing on the east side of I-35, and especially south of I-40. I talked about Dixie Alley. Dixie Alley is not a place you want to chase. It's very hard to see what's going on. The road networks are very unpredictable. So I tend to avoid east of I-35 and south of I-40. Avoid Dixie Alley. Don't chase there. This is my current storm chasing vehicle. That's right, my chase vehicle is a 2022 Jeep Wrangler Willys. The wind profile of a Jeep out on the plains can be a little interesting at times, but having a four-wheel drive is always an asset. If you're gonna go storm chasing, be sure to have a four-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive vehicle, because some of those back roads can be very interesting. You know, Bob's Road out in the middle of a cornfield. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, okay, Phil, turn left here toward that farm. You sure about that? Yeah. Trust me, rabbit is good, rabbit is wise.
If you happen to be in a rental car while you're out on the Great Plains and happen across a storm, Make sure you have all the insurance you can get on that rental car. I've replaced windshields on more than one occasion while I was just enjoying a casual drive and Mother Nature decided to throw some hail at me. As they like to say, knowledge is power, and while you're out and about storm chasing, it's great to run into other storm chasers. Another place where you can hang out with storm chasers is the Discord channel, Storm Chaser Coaching, and you can get to that from stormchasercoaching.com. I'm a founding member of stormchasercoaching.com, and I have had the opportunity to chase with a few folks, and they are pretty awesome. It's a great way to enhance your knowledge base for chasing storms safely and to learn weather in general.
So the HRF basically is our ensemble version of the convection allowing models, like the HER. Basically takes those convection allowing models and puts them into an ensemble, like the GFS ensemble that we've been looking at, or the European ensemble. So this allows us to get a better look overall at what the models are showing.
All right, we're just taking a look at our mixed layer cape as well as our SIN here. And right now we're still pretty capped at the moment, but we already have a 1,000 joule per kilogram contour just on the southern Kansas border.
And of course, you should follow as many storm chasers as you can on YouTube and various other services. Some of my favorite YouTube channels include Convective Chronicles, Storm Chaser Coaching, June 1st, Storm Chaser Guy, and Falcon Storm Chasing. I am a solo storm chaser. I enjoy going out on the Great Plains or going in the Sonoran Desert and chasing monsoon, chasing as many storms as I can as a solo adventurer. It's just the way that I'm wired. However, I met a really great group of people and I learned a lot from seasoned storm chasers. So if you get the chance to go on a storm chasing tour, I highly recommend it. It is very educational and it is something that every storm chaser should do at least once. I love chasing storms and I hope you have found these tips helpful. I've only scratched the surface as to getting your start in storm chasing. If you have any questions or comments, I would love to hear from you. Remember, storm chasing can be a lot of fun if you do it safely. Most importantly, think, look, and be wise. Thanks for following along on this video. I hope you have a great day and I'll see you soon.